make it tough, you know. All routes to 100 streetball courts. The whole year to work for this, you know. The whole year. Wow. Sache. Brutal, brutal, brutal. You see how friendly they are. Wild animals who are living here. Welcome to Rambo area. Then you know what I mean. We are in Rambo area. But now watch. Wow, that is hefty. But you see. And now tell me. Wow. Impressive, or? Oh, Sache. Very tough to come up. Oh, heavy. A real tunnel. Where the water comes down. Thing goes also down here, you know. There is electricity and it's not a lake to swim, you know. But here. Well, my friends, here we go again. Today with this ball, the Tarmac BD 500X, we take the journey. You will see, first of all, Rambo Streetball Court. There we enter in. Then we move up to the second highest streetball courts from all over 130 courts to Watergate Court at 1,187 meters, the second highest. And then we have to overcome mountains. I show you that. We are already outside. And now, this time, you know, here is the city. I came already to the outside. And now we drive in that mountains in, you know. Now the clouds are in. And when we are at Watergate Court, we have to overcome the whole mountain. That means that is 2,000 meters. We will border the best ski resort in the whole wide world, what was voted last year. You know, so the best in the world, once again. And then we cross the lake on that is on over 2,300 meters, and I have to overcome those mountains because then we have another 3 courts, and that I have to make today, and that is Ötzi Court, the most far away court which I normally drive on that route. And then before Ötzi Court and this Ötzi skate ring court. So we have 5 streetball courts. And why do I have to make this route? Because now 6 days is raining and 1 day is a little bit beautiful like today with clouds in. Later also comes the rain, so I have to make it on 1 day, otherwise I have no chance to get the 100 courts in 1 year. And that will be tough, really, really tough. 10 hours for sure on the bicycle. And now we enter in at Rambo Streetball Court. Well, my friends, I've forgotten something. I have a winter cap by me and I have winter gloves by me. Because on 2,300 meters there will be very, very fresh and cold, you know. So I have to be like in winter, really. Then we don't drive again down. We have to overcome the mountain and drive on the other side all down that we reach Ötzi Court, you know. And the other thing is, that route what we drive now is 25% of the Ötztaler Rad Marathon, you know, from the hardest amateur race in the whole wide world. We drive now, beside playing streetball, 25% of the whole route, you know, around. And playing 5 courts streetball, you know. And that it is, and that with the 30-year-old heavily mountain bike. But now, we drive up. Rambo in the Alps is here. Let's do it. So my friends, I show you something. Rambo area, we entered in now, and you see here it starts. Attention, dogs, for your own risk, you know. They are free dogs running here. So don't enter in. Rambo, you know, when the Schäferhund comes to catch Rambo. But now we go on. Wow, heftig. Heavy. Now we arrived at the first court. We will drive in. Watch. That is all wet. You see that? All is wet, you know. Wow. Really tough. You don't have to forget, you know, when you see the bicyclers who cross me, they have a bike which is half of the weight of mine. And I have a backpack with 5-6 kilos, you know, with all the drinking in for 12 hours. Wow, heftig. Heavy, you know. And that is now the first court. We enter in at Rainbow Court. We will see if it is free today. Last time when I wanted to play it, a car was under, but not from the last videos, it's longer ago. Also here was a car under, here a football field. Boy, that is now the first route, you know. And then Watergate Court, the second highest of all, around 130 courts. And then we have to drive up again 1.5 hours, you know, to reach the 2,300 meters. And then we drive all down. Whew, heftig, really heavy today. But I need the clothes now. Watch, football field here with the seats, you know, 80s style. That is 80s style. Wow. And now we check out if we can play Rainbow Court. I need one ball at least, even if a car is there to say that we played it this year. Even if we were here, I don't know. I was driving here at my birthday, you know. I drove all 3 routes, the rodeo. Then when you do that mountain on all 3 routes, then they say if you achieve that with a race bicycle which weighs in 6 kilos, 7 kilos, then you can drive the Ötztaler Radmarathon. And I did it with the heavy bag, were all wet. Now, here we have it, a beach volleyball court, but behind, there it is. And why Rainbow Court? Because this is the entrance to Rainbow area. Especially when we are on the mountain and behind there it looks like Rambo from the film Rambo 1. Now, 1, 2, car or not, no, oh, yeah, but that doesn't make anything now. It's not under the basket. Wow. Whew, heavy. So, curve. Wow. But for sure they will kick me out. So I need one single ball. And hopefully no doggy runs out now. But that will be now the question, you know. That no doggy runs out. But there are people and they will complain. But I was growing up in that area, so I have no problems here. But wait, my bicycle. So one single ball at Rainbow Court. Wow, watch, all wet. You see that? All wet. Bam! So, then we have it also, because here are the people in, you know, don't want to damage something. But Watergate Court now, that is now also up, you know, the second highest court of all, you know, 1,187 meters, the second highest after Italy, you know, after Brenner or Madame Court. But then up to the over the mountains, you know, over the mountains, to overdrive it to Ötzi Court. Tough route. We go on now to Watergate Court, and there are 2 rings. We played one ring, the small ring. The big one, the original Watergate, was also not possible because so many kids were in. But this time, school is, this time for sure we check in, you know, that we can play it. And that is one of my lovely courts, but you will see that. So my friends, I'm on the way up to the second highest court of them all, to Watergate Court. But watch the area, then you know why Rambo area. Watch now. I mean that mountain, you see that? And I zoom in, all the stones who came up, that looks like at Rambo 1 film, or in the mountains. And there we have to pass all, you know, to overcome those mountains. And that view I know since the 80s, you know. Since the 80s, that fascinates me, you know. But now, I will drive up now all to Watergate Court, and there we will see us. Well my friends, now we arrived at Watergate Court. We are at 1,187 meters, the second highest court. Watch now, here we have a ski lift, you know. Ski lift up there, and we enter in now. Wow, that was heavy, you know. That was heavy. Whee, a little bit blurry, you know. So wait. A higher thing on. Now we have it. Yes. So wow, nice village, you know. And here you see the stones. We are much closer now. But wow, whew, heavy, you know. It's really heavy. But we need the energy. And now the small court and the real Watergate Court. That we have to do now. Wow, nice, watch. The animals, the cows, you know, all relaxed here at Watergate. The old houses. And now we drive in. Only a minute from here. Oh, 30 seconds, you know. 30 seconds around. Wow, can you remember here? We bought the milk. Wow, that was heavy one time. I can remember it. Here by the automat. The milk, you know. Wow, that was cool, you know. You see? The old traditional houses. That is nice here. Really, really cool. But we have to play streetball. Watch. That is amazing. And the sport shops, you know, the old sport shops. Sport 2000, you know. When I was young, can you read it there? And I was driving here, I always thought, boy, the year 2000. You know, that was in the early 90s, 1991, and you thought, boy, the year 2000. What will be there? Robotniks and this and that, you know. But now we enter in. Let's see if people are in or not. The small one with the wooden board, you know. There you have to make layups, not to throw it from far away. It's the small Watergate Court, and then the original one with lights and rubber blades. We play on rubber blades. The only place from all 130 courts where we play on rubber blades, you know. That is also amazing. So now we enter in. So here we are, Watergate Court, but here is the small one, you know. Oh, nice. Whew. And here you can eat pizza beside, you know. That is amazing. Oh, tough fruit, you know. Tough fruit always again. And now here we are. Here's the pizzeria. Here you can eat pizza beside the basketball ring, you know. That is amazing. But what a beautiful area, I have to show you that. Always here the bicycle. And here I tell you, no one steals anything. So, completely wet, you know. And here we have it. Here is the small one, and there is real Watergate Court, you know. If you don't know it, I'll show you that you see that. That is the special part here. The wooden board, you know. So don't throw from too far. Floor. Beach volleyball, and behind the pizzeria, so you can eat the pizza and then play the ball. And what an area, you know. Last time when we were here, I think it was cloudy or something was, you know, but this time not, you know. And you see that, that is really amazing. But only a few balls here, and then we enter in the real Watergate Court. So in Zurich, when you watch now, I name you Zurich, you know. Zurich, you know. He asked me about the Pro Dutch Harlem 500 ball. This ball I don't have, but the Pro Dutch series I know for so long, but I never had it at home. But I think in the shops, in the Intersport shops, years back I had it in the hand, but they changed the models. But here on the tarmac you have a little bit same lines, you know, but here they are not that sharp, and I think on the Pro Dutch Harlem they look really sharp, like at the end one Ava ball, the leather ball, and so I don't know if this is good. €5 more, you have a ball with the best grip in the game. The Tarmac BD 500X, a very soft ball. It feels a bit rubbery, you know, when you like more the indoor balls, then this maybe is not the best option. This is a little bit similar to the DF 500 Axle from Spally. Feels older, but from the rubber feeling, you know, but an excellent outdoor ball, you know, really cool. So let's get it on. So my friends, now we enter in the real Watergate court, you know. Watch out for the kids here, very nice. But now the real Watergate court, you know. Wow. First time this year, you know. We were here a few times, but it never worked out. And now 1, 2, 3, one of my most favorite courts of them all. You know, I have around 5, 6, 7 courts from 130, which are to me my favorite one. Now watch, bam, here we are. Boy, and I see something. They have changed the rubber material, you see that? Boy. You see that? That is other now. They had the rubber blades in, which were a little bit outstanding, you know, so you had to watch out, and now we have also rubber blades, but you see, they have changed it. Boy. That is cool. I mean, here you come from the panorama, you know. Watch how from the height here I can jump on, you know. These are those bright things, you know. But now the view is so amazing here. With that ball. Wow, Watergate, watch now. Here in that side of the mountains, you know, there you come to other place. That side, and here we have to overcome the mountains, you know. Bah, that is amazing. Or watch that view. And from there down we came, you know. There down goes the city. But what a panorama color. And we have lights in, you know, the real big lights, you see, on both sides. And that is a cool thing, you know. Bah. And here you have also the loudspeakers, the JBL loudspeakers. Bah, and the floor, you know. They have really changed the floor, but also such a style I have never seen. They have now also rubber blades, you know, and they are very soft, you know. You see that? That is really amazing. It is not completely straight, you feel that. Wow, the ball jumps higher than expected. You see that? But you feel it that it is not completely straight. That is perhaps because down there will be grass, and so it will not be complete straight, you know. They would need to make an asphalt to get it straight. But to make this new is a really cool idea, you know. Wow. And you know, such places don't exist anymore with wood, you know, you see that? Wood, that is really wood. That, you know, that is amazing, because normally, you know, when they gets damaged, you can hurt yourself, and all the rules what they have nowadays, or the houses, you know, the ball can fall out when they play football. Oh, but Watergate caught. So I have to play this side. This side I like so much, you know. Amazing. Now let's do it. Another thing, I've forgotten my backpack. It is down on the other side, you know, with the bicycle. But here I trust, here no one takes anything, you know. Here you can be relaxed, you know. Wow. Watch now. Jumps really good, you know. So now it is fine, you know, when the sun is out it helps, but on there it will be much colder, so I have a pullover by me, a t-shirt, watch, all wet, you know. What is the backside? Boah. Now tell me, then you know if it is tough or not, you know, all wet to come here. Wow, it's so nice here. Now you smell the food, you know, the pizza, the fish and all those things, you know. But like on holiday, you know. Really like on holiday. So nice. And now I didn't thought it will be that beautiful, that we have the sky now. Oh, amazing, or really amazing. Very nice. Wow, now the other ring, you know. Wow, that is amazing, you know. Such an amazing court, you know. And feels really nice, you know. It's not straight, but it goes really good to play, you know. Wow, nice. Here to the city down, you know. But my friends, it's so nice here, you know. But now we have to leave, you know, because of the time. The day has not enough time to me, you know. Because now we have to drive up to the 2000 meters. Then we are at the border, you know. And then we have to come to the 2300 something meter. And then we have to drive all down the mountain. And then we come to Ötzi Court, you know. Then we have to overdrive the mountain. And then Ötzi Court. And then skate ring Ötzi Court. And before Ötzi Court, you know. And then when I arrive at home, it will be dark again. Now we have it around, yeah, a little bit over midday. But wow, that is nice. But now, tough route to come up, you know. I always say when you come up to this mountain, you can do it everywhere, you know. Because it's really, really tough. And now, 1.5 hours around, I have to drive up, you know. But that I will not film. We go up, and on there we have to make the electrical lake. That is also still missing. Wow, what a nice area. Enjoy one more view, you know. Wow, and the sun is out here on that court, and now with a new floor and still the rubber blades. That is amazing, you know. I don't know one court from all 130 which has rubber blades, and here new rubber blades. That is amazing. But now we go on, and then we see us at the mountain a little bit before. Let's do it. So my friends, I'm on the way, only short. It goes upwards, you know, of course, to over 2000 meters. And then we had the best ski resort in the whole wide world. Voted last year up to 60 kilometers the best ski resort in the world. And here comes a very steep uphill part. That is tough when you drive for a long time now, play streetball, and then to do it, you have to not to lose energy, because when we are down, I have to drive so many hours all back, you know. We have to overcome the whole mountain then, you know. But I go on at the steep part, I show you. So my friends, here we have an own clock, 242, 241, 240. Then we can enter in the steep part, you know. An extra tool here, the red flag, 232, 231. We have to wait, and then the steep part up, you know. Wow. But wait. So 5 seconds. But we let the autos away from Hungary. Big cars. But that is tough to come up here, you know. Wow. Is heavy. Oh. With that car I don't want to drive up there, you know. Boy. That is tough. So in all four, so all should drive before me, because I am the slowest here, you know. Then they can drive behind me. You can imagine how happy they would be, you know, if I drive here alone up. Near the bus, you know. That is amazing. That is amazing. So, hello. Hello. And now the steep part comes, you know. Wow, that is tough, you know. Servus. So geil, hä? Servus. Now the steep part, you know. We come from the Ötzi, you know. The drivers from the Ötztaler Radmarathon. Now with the mountain bike. So geil. Boah. But that is steep, you know. Steep ramp. Here I had flyers from her, you know. That's amazing. Basketball ring, you know, see? Private basketball ring. But I know who lives here, you know. Boah, we are already in the lowest. Boah, now it gets tough. Watch. If you would see how they go in the same speed as I do, you know. Boah. And now the steep ramp. Whew. That I will film. You know, if you make this alone without a backpack, without playing streetball and all that stuff, then it goes. But with all that, it's get tough, you know. Especially when you know you have another 5 hours on the bike still, you know, or 6. Wow. That is tough. That is really tough, you know. Then you know what I'm doing, you know. Holland, Netherlands here. Wow. That is brutal. But the good part is when we overcome the mountain. Italy! Italia is in the house. We have to overcome the mountain. And then we drive down, you know. And that is also here the original track from the Ötztaler Radmarathon. Here they drive down from the other side where we will drive down. There they drive up. The good part is today we only have to drive it down, because last at my birthday I drove all 3 sides, and the last to drive up down, when you know you have to drive the same all up again, that was brutal. The time was running away. Wow. Whew. Hefty. Then you see what I do to reach those streetball courts, you know. Whew. And still the backpack is heavy, you know. I've drank 1 liter. 1 liter is away. Yeah, you can say it is in my body, same weight, but it feels all as if this 1 kilo is on the back. Bah, German guy. Before I think a Ferrari or a Lamborghini was driving, but I was too late to get it. Whew. Whew. And the Ötzi court, you know, normally I drive that beside the mountain, but to go all this route back and to drive behind, that it does not go in one day. So I have to overcome the mountain to do that, because now I told only 1 day is beautiful and 6 days are raining. I cannot wait 1 week. How should I get 100 courts, you know? And so I have to make the Ötzi court. Ötzi is catering, and before Ötzi they are in the same area. Today with Watergate, otherwise I will not achieve the 100, you know. Brutal. But even tougher if I would drive it on the other day, the normal route, you know. Who drives to Ötzi court over the mountain, you know, over Küdai? I think I'm the only one who has ever done this. But brutal. Whoa! Wow, drive in there. Heftig. And what you have not seen, or you have it seen, but people don't know that. When I was driving up to Rambo Court, I had to sit like this, straight, that you see it on the chest. I could not lean forward, you know, or both hands on the wheel, because then you would have not seen me. And so to sit straight on my chest, that you see my camera, you know what I mean. I cannot be in the fine position. So when I sit straight, it's even more tough. What I've done, but watch. Ey, brutal, hey. Ey, so tough, hey. So a zacher Berg, auch immer wieder. Every time the same, so tough, you know. And here you see the steepness now. Man, brutal. Jedes Mal, hey, so ein zacher Berg. And you can do it here, you can do it everywhere. We drove now, you know. I don't know, to me it would be easier to drive in the city, left on the mountain 2,000 meters and right on the mountains 2 meters on one day. Easier than here. Bah, because of the heavy backpack, you know. Here you should drive without a backpack, you know. But I feel it already in the back, you see. Hui. Oh, brutal. That is the Stich. Now the steepest. brutal, brutal, brutal. Wow, Sache. But we have to overcome the mountain once again, you know. And today I will go to this electricity water. I will show you the danger there. When I was in winter there, when the snow was on, we're not completely winter, but that was tough. It was closed, you know, not allowed. But you will see why, because the stones can all fall down, you know. And here the bus station, you know, what was not here anymore last time. But when I drove back, it was here again. Sache. And normally I drive this all by once without going down from the bicycle. That is tough, you know. Not every 50 minutes to go down and rest. No, all by once normally. Today only a few times, because I have to save the energy, because it is a long way with the heavy backpack, you know. And here is still warm, but I need the jacket. Wow, brutal. This Sache. Because it gets colder on and I don't want to go down and this and that. Here's the bus station. There we eat, when was it? 1-2 years ago, the toffee what I got. Wow, that was nice in the old station. Still the same, but then you see the steepness. You see the ground of the station. Bah. Then you see how steep this is. That is really brutal, you know. Whew. Watch now, you see the steepness. Bah. You know, all not the. You come not to the limit, but it is tough. Especially when you know you have those 5-6 hours still to go, you know. Bah. Sache. And you know the air gets thinner the higher you come. When you come to 2000 meters, it becomes normally more tough to the body because the oxygen goes out 250 meters. All wet, you know. Whew. I bet the cat is doing it to reach the 100. To make it tough, you know. All routes to 100 Streetball Courts. The whole year to work for this, you know. The whole year. Wow. Sache. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Wow. Scheiße. First time here, it was scheiße. Because I know how much we have to do. That is the mental part, you know. When you know how much more it will come. But I'm with talking heavy. Whew. Also this gets wet from the sweat goes down. Ah. Oh, complete alone here. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Wow, heftig. Ah. But now, from here on, I drive on without the camera, and 2 points I will show you the beautiful area. We will be alone in there before the gallery, the tunnel comes before we are on. And one place before, and then I show you, you know, because there we always were, you know. So we see us there. So my friends, let you believe me, here you see 20% steepness, you know, what we drove now. So my friends, well, we get passengers. We got people here now in the video. No, not people. The horses are here. Don't be afraid, they walk on the street, you know. So the cars have to slow down, the bicyclists, because they come on the street, you know. There is no net, they walk on the street normally, you know. So don't be afraid of horses. They are nice, and also the cows, you know. You see how friendly they are. Wild animals who are living here. Welcome to Rambo area. Then you know what I mean. We are in Rambo area, where the animals are free beside of you. So nice, yeah. That is cool, or then really they walk the street, then you have to wait. And when you're scared, you have to turn back. Then don't enter in Rambo area. Watch, really like Rambo. Brutal. But I go on now. Oh, we are completely in the mountains now, you know. Watch, that is amazing, or and here they build a new way to walk, you know. Even up here, and there we enter in, then we drive all up. But I show you here something, you know. And now, my friends, I show you something, because here I was, and we were so often to make a picnic, you know, to rest, to relax on a Sunday or Saturday. Wow. Still the same here, you know. So wait, I have to put on my bicycle, then I show you that. Oh, tough route, you know. So that is the area, and here we made our picnic, you know. Here is the street all up, you know. We come to 2000 meters then, you know. And here, that was the place. There I spent in the middle 90s, late 90s, early 2000s to middle 2000s here in, you know. That was a bit odder here. I think that was not asphalt. And you could move over there. There was no town, you know. There was no net. And in there comes a river, you know, and I had to balance over the river on 3-4 meters height. Boy, that was scary to me, you know, and to jump over a thing. And there we played football in, you know, in the woods, you know, really nature football, you know, street soccer, nature football. And one time as a goalie I jumped up so high that I will never ever forget, like I would fly to the moon. Boy. And here, you know, we parked the car. It's not allowed, you know. And I were also here the cows, you see them here, the ding dong, and they were moving here, yeah, and here, but that tree was not here. And we walked down here. Oh, and I have footage from here, you know. When was it? 2004 or so, I think. Yeah, and that it was, you know. And here is a small river, and here we had our towel and laid down and relaxed, you know. That was amazing, you know. And here was also the green to the river, you see. That was all grass here, you know. And here the things was the same, you know. There they worked on the house, on the Bauernhaus. And here we put in our bottles, you know, the iced tea and things that it is cold, because the river is cold. Then we had something to drink. Here I read my basketball magazines and other magazines, you know. You had no smartphone. Yeah, well, you had a phone, but only for SMS. But in the 90s you had nothing, you know. But you had the magazines. And from exactly here, I show you that again, then you can imagine. Exactly here we filmed it, you know. And now, watch the footage exactly, wait, from here down, you know. Exactly here.
Papa, nein, Mäuchling.
Now you have seen that, or amazing. Then you know how often I was here, and early in the, also in the 80s, you know, in the ski down on there. But now I have to move up, you know. It's still a long and tough route, you know. So my friends, almost arrived. The steep part comes, but watch, like in paradise. Wow, with the animals, you see them. All the animals, the little river. Wow, that is amazing here. And here, the steep wall up, you know, the mountain. Here also animals. That is amazing. Wow. Almost by 2000 meters, but now the steep part comes, you know. That comes the gallery. But here, really like Rambo area. And then we enter in the highest, 2350, I think. The water electricity thing, you know, unfinished business. This time I will go up, you know, and then you see. But wow, that is amazing, or that is the area what I like so much, you know. But wait, the other thing, too much, too heavy. Ah, that is amazing. Now tell me. Wow. That is the thing, or all animals in, the cows. Wow. But now I drive on. Oh, still fighting the way up, you know. But watch, like Rambo area in the mountains, you know. The dynamic range of the GoPro will all make dark, perhaps, the shadow things, but here it looks great, you know. Whew, but tough, you know. So now my friends, tell me if this is impressive. Bam! Wow, with that steel mountain up, one of my absolute top favorite areas, you know, from all what I know here. That when you are here, that is so spectacular, you know, but tough to come up, you know. Well, my friends, so nice, no one here, you know, no one here, only alone. And now a car comes, the only car now. Watch, wow, amazing, or always again, but almost nowhere here, you know. You drive complete alone in those impressive things, almost 2000 meters. Wow. But the air, you know, wow, det är så geil da. Tell me, so amazing, you know. Wow. Now the gallery, and then we are on. Dann haben wir einen Berg geschafft. But then we have to come up the last 300 meters, you know. Wow, so now my friends, now the last part comes, the gallery. Here we have to drive in the two parts, you know. You see that in front. Wow, the last thing to roll down. And then when we came out, we are here at 2000 meters. And there is the best ski resort in the whole wide world, you know, voted last year. Up to 60 kilometers, the best in the world. Here we are, Bet the Cat enters in the best ski resort of the whole wide world. When you are watching now, you will see that. But those tunnels, the gallery it is called, that is tough, you know. That is really tough. This last part and steep and long. Wow, that is always brutal, you know. But now, what amazing. But then we are on the ski resort, but then I go to the electricity water thing. That is 300 meters higher, around 300, I don't know, almost 350 meters higher. And that is unfinished business because it was not allowed, it was too dangerous. But so nice, or watch, here is no one, you know. Wow. So amazing area, you know, complete alone. Hello, hello, hello. No one here. Here you can take a naked shower, you know. Wow, have you seen this guy? Drives here with 150 or so. Crazy. UPS. We have it on camera. I will send a post to, I don't know, where are they? New York? Send a, I think here are some natural climbers. But now to go to the river. Wow. But now this last part, that is, I tell you, that is so shit. Especially when you have here this straight thing and you think, yeah, almost done, I see it. But then that is a fight, you know. Wow, amazing. And yeah, it was too dangerous. It's always dangerous to come up to the electricity water thing, you know, because beside are the stones which go down, and that is really tough. You never know what happens there. You have no control. Yeah, the whole day happens nothing, but it can happen, you know, and that is the problem. It can every time happen. And there is, you have to decide yes or no. So wow, the gallery. Now you see it becomes much longer in front, you know, because we were so far away before that it looked like small, but that is really a tough thing. I have the light on, important, you know, front light and especially back light. And now we enter in. But here it starts exactly 2 cars when I drive. Netherlands, a Porsche. Oh, and now that I film to come up, you know. But Germany, Mercedes. VZ, what is that? Have not seen the thing, but now go down and now it starts. Here the river, you see. Oh, amazing. The people. Wow. Whew. So, and now it will be a few minutes to come up, you know. And then after the tunnel we have it. But you know, I cannot tell you if I feel the air, because also on there they have an athletic centrum for how it is called in English, Höhenzentrum. That means in high mountains athletic centrum, because there the oxygen is less, and there when you train 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you go down, you have more energy, you know. And on 2000 meters you feel that the air gets thinner. Normally I feel never, but I think today, I don't know, a bit, because when I go down, then it feels more easier, you know. I don't know if you have this in your head or if it's really so to come up with, you know, it's a difference when you move, when you drive up with car and you have no you have done no sport and you go up. Different if you have now hours for hours to bicycling up to the height, you know, of 2000 meters. And here you see them, the first one and the second one. And then we have it, but they are scheiße, you know. They are shit because they are tough. The water. It gets cold in there, you know, but still it is warmer than expected. In the morning it had 1 degree on, and still much more temperature than I thought, you know, but it's good. It's really good. It's arg here. Now you see the length of this tunnel. Wow, that is always, you see the goal, but you have to do it. Oh, clouds are in now. All reach the Streetball Courts, you know. I think really to Ötzi Court from here to overcome the mountain, no one has ever done this here, you know. It's my opinion. No one has done this. Bah. Also to hold the camera is tough, you know, because I cannot lean really forward, but here you can read it, light on, always light on, check it up if it's on. Here it is on. Bah. And now the last part in the tunnel. Then we are on the 2000 meter Kufstein, have you seen it? Where we were the last time at Germany, by the river to Germany, the few meters to Germany, which we couldn't enter in. Then we will check up if we cannot go up this 350 meters, you know. Der Lattenrost, you know, the Weiderost. Now we are in. Heftig. Vierte Lattenrost. Now here it is dark, you know? So always light on. So, France, je m'appelle Patrick. Comment allez-vous? Très bien, merci. Et vous? Bien, bien. So my friends, we are in a tunnel. The last one, almost arrived. Tough, but almost on there, you know. Tough. And now we enter in. Here is the first house. 2,000 meters we are on now. And we enter in the best ski resort of the whole wide world. So I drive those few meters to the first house and then we see us. Watch the animals. Here they are again. No net. So now my friends, we drive in. Here it is, the first building of the 2,000 meter ski resort. But it is not that fresh than I expected, you know. But now, this time unfinished business. I show you that. Here come the first houses. You see the athletic centrum that exists in that version only 3 times in the world around, you know. Now we are on over 2,000. Tough. But wait, a little bit higher. That is nice. And then we go up. We will see if it's possible today, I hope. Then I will do it. But we will see, you know. Wow. So here is the entrance, the first ski lift. They are building now, you know, for the winter season, because now we have September and the winter season will start, you know. And in winter here you can always ski, you know, left and right, both sides, and goes very much in, you know, in the best ski resort in the world. And there is also a special thing, I've told this once, if you are new or have not seen the video, there is from the whole country the highest infinity pool. From the whole country, you know. Wow. Here we are. Here you can slide down, you know. That is cool. Go in with the roller skates or the skateboard. No one here. Wow. But now there I will push a bit up because there are stones, and we will see. I go to the stone until to the stone wall, and then I show you that, and then we will see if I do it or not. But this unfinished business, you know. So here we are, 2020 meter. I don't know, today I feel it that it's tougher, you know, from the breathing. I don't know. Wow. Here, since the 80s, here I also learned to ski, you know. Here we drove all down with the Bigfoot back in the days. That was popular, Bigfoot, you know. Wait, the Lattenrost, or the Weiderost. And that was the famous ski lift back then here. Always this, you know. That here, the right one. You see that is also very, very old, you know. The other things are more modern, some things. And that it is, you know. And that is amazing when you are on there and have the view down in winter when all snow is. That is cool, you know. 2020 meter. Wow. And we are good in time, you know. That is important. You see? I show you that. Oh, you see the old wooden thing here? You see that? These were the things back in the days. There you had to enter in, you know. Those wooden things. Then you can imagine how old this is, you know. And here you can go up. Da war der Buckelpiste always, you know. The Bam 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 was also popular in the early 90s. 1991, 2, 3, 4. And they all had, well, from there we came, you know. They had those neon ski things on, you know, this pink and yellow and lights, you know. But here you see, außer Betrieb. And here you have the relax Stühle. Those the people took back in the days for their own to sit here and wait, you know, when the others were skiing and you were not, then you had such a chair and you laid in, you know. The Almdula, you know. But now a bit more open than the last time. Last time was nothing here, you know. Pizza, these are the more new things. But we have to watch out that no police comes. Do you think here comes the police now? That would be the thing. But I have seen one time, or when we were up here, I have seen one, I think. And on there is the infinity pool, you know. People don't know that who walk here. On there, you see on the highest thing on, there it is. The highest infinity pool of the whole country is on there, you know. And that in winter you can imagine. Here, Sport 2000, once again. Here, Smooth House, and there we can watch in if they are swimming or not. No, they are not swimming. Or you see that little water slide in? Wait, you see it maybe? Here you see the benches. Wait, I have to go a few meters. See? And on there is the infinity pool. But now, the unfinished business point. That looks impressive. When you are on there, we crossed the second one, you know, the second electricity water. Now we have reached the highest point, but now we have to enter in, you see. Intersport, Zürich, that is for you. Drive up here with bicycle. Maybe they have the Pro Dutch Harlem 500. Better you take the 900. For sure the better ball, an indoor ball. But I also hadn't this in my hands. But maybe back in the days. But you see, it is already afternoon. Here comes the bicycle club. The way which we did at my birthday. All three sides, you know. Intersport. But now we have to enter in, you know, and drive up the old houses. So we have to wait. But it looks so impressive. And I watched up here where we have to go. It's amazing. Servus. And here you have it, the football field. This is the athletic centrum where champions train. And here on, wait, I have to go down from the bicycle. Wait. Now watch. Here is the athletic centrum where the champions enters in and make here 1 week, 2 weeks, you know. And here we have to come up now. All of that, there is all water in. And that is this steep wall. And when you are in the last curve on, that is really scary, I tell you that. But we will check it out, you know. If it's open or not, you know. We moved already to the last, to this wooden house on. And from there I stopped one time, you know. But on there, but it is impressive, you know. But we will check in now. Maybe it works, maybe not. But it is really scary, once again. Scary. Because the stones can all the time fall down, you know. And that you don't want. And there we have to drive now all down. Now we have passed the highest point, and here you drive down the complete other side. That we have to do to come to Ötzi Court, you know. So wait, LKW, Hungary. Where are you from? Hungary. So, wait. Oh, I have to slow down a bit. My hands out. So, not that easy when you have a little bit more speed with my old bicycle. So, here is a little wind now. It is fresher. So, yeah. But the thing is always, you know, when I don't see people here, then it always scares me. When no one moves up or drives up, here is a walker, a Bergläufer, a mountain runner. They are the fittest, you know. But here, the wind, here is really cold. Now I will put on my overglove on the head, you know. So wait, the Weiderost. The lift goes, you know, you see, with lift. And there they have the biggest cow of the whole country on, as wood, maybe the biggest in the world, you know. I don't know how high it is, 8 meters high, a wooden cow, you know. But we will see now, you know. Here is always closed for the cars, but the first Serpentinen, they always go, you know. But then later on, that will be the part, you know. But now it is much cleaner than the last time. The street, can you remember that? That was completely with stones, you know. And then I decided on my birthday to drive back home, you know. Not to go, so now I have to pass. Wait, do we come? Wait. Do we have the space here? Yes. So when she moves up, we can do it. But I decide again on the Gasthof, you know, the wooden the Berg mountain restaurant. We call it the mountain restaurant. But you see, now it is really clean. Whew. But cold. Here is I've forgotten, the athletic thing. Here they train, it looks not that spectacular, you know, but here champions all trained here, you know. You can rent in and stay here a week, 2 weeks. And on there come the stones, you know, on the driveway. But the stones from the wars. Well, you know, I have fear of height, you know. And that makes it even tougher. Especially when I see the steep wall. There I always get scared, you know. Even as a child, I was so scared of that. But I go on now a bit and then you will see. But now my friends, watch, that is impressive. You see that steep, but the stone wall, all water in, you know. But here you see, much cleaner. The stones last time were all in the street, you know. But I have a picture from there, I think from the 80s, you know, or 1990, I don't know, but I don't find it. So my friends, now we came up to this mountain restaurant, and here I show you that, tough. You see, and here is the thing. This is from the workers now. But here starts the thing, you see the shield, what always scares me, you know. And here you go by your own risk, you know. You will see that now in a few meters. We check it out here, it still goes. Here I have a bench, but I want to show you the view later, you know. But that is really not a joke, you know. Because after the curve then, you know, there we will see how far we will come. But you see what I mean now, right? When there falls something down, that goes quick, you know, but here is not the dangerous part. The dangerous part comes after the curve. And there I always turn, because I always go by feeling, and my feeling always says go, don't go. But you will see that after the curve, then the risky part comes, you know. Whew. Now we are high on, you know, maybe 2,200 meters now. Whew. Tough, you know, with the wide angle, but after the curve you will see it. And then we see, maybe they have the door closed, then it is not allowed, you know, but when it's open we will see. And always listen, you know, but I tell you, after the curve, brutal. Almost arrived the curve. Wow, brutal. Now, always open, but now watch. Wow, that is hefty. We go to the Schranken, where the door is open, the goal or what it is called. Then I show you that when I go down from the bicycle, why it is dangerous. Hefty, huh? All drove up now, you know. Nothing pushed, only drove. Wow. Wow. And the backpack still a bit heavy because I have to drink in a few bottles. Wow. Watch at that. But here comes the risky part. Wait. Wait. Few seconds, then you will see why this is heavy. So now, here we have the thing. It is open. Danger, you know. Brutal. And now you see that wall, and here this wall, that is from the sea. These are fixed stones, you know, the very steep part. But here, these are stones who can roll every time, and there is the street. And there is nothing what protects you. And that is now the part. You know, one little piece which begins to roll, then it all rolls, you know, or big stones, and you have no chance. But wait a bit, those few meters, you know. When you are there, you have always to listen. Listen if you hear something, and if the wind goes, and if it was wet or not, you know. If the last time was snowing, you know, and when snow is in and wet, and this thing, you know, then it can also move. But now we dry it, you know. I drive a bit on, but also here, you know. But we check it out. Then we have to pass the tunnel, because the steep part is no problem, you know, when no one throws something over. But here, you know, you see, right? It's also here tough. You know what I mean? When here rolls something that goes very quick, you see the stones. You see that? Tough. Always listen, you know, and watch. But you see, be quiet, bird. But watch. Whoa. Very quiet to listen. If stones come or not. have to drive faster than normal. Here it goes down. Heftig. Always listen if you hear something. And now tell me, wow, impressive, or? Wow. Wow, now I thought I heard something. Whew. Wow. Zach. Brutal. Here it goes, you know. Here, these are the fixed stones. The dangerous part we have. Oh, Zach, yeah. Very tough to come up. Oh, tough. More when we are on. So my friends, now we're entering in a tunnel. But tough, I tell you. Really tough with the backpack, you know, and the Streetball. But wait, and steep, you know. Wait. 1, 2. Oh, now we have it. So the last part, up in the tunnel. Tough, you know. Heavy. A real tunnel. Oh, you see that? Do you see something? Yes. There the water comes down. But now I walk a bit, you know. It's too tough. But ow, water on my head. Very fresh in here, you know. When we see us when I'm out. Oh, so my friends, we came out now, you know. Oh, we are in the heaven. Heaven! You only see heaven. You see that? Wow. Way tough. Oh. Heftig, you know. Oh. Zach. Oh, my friends, now tell me. Wow. Brutal, or? When you see that, how steep this is. Bam. Almost arrive. 2335 meters. We check in now. Wow, now unfinished business will be finished. When I want something, I get it. Then I tell you again, when I want something, I get it. And you should do the same. Puh. Wow, geil. Endlich da. This time we made it. Few meters. And I'm scared of hate, you know. I'm so scared of hate. Then you can imagine what that means to me. To come here again. Always again. Watch. Wait. That is brutal, you know. When you see that. Wow. When you have fear of steepness. Wow. Watch down there. There we came, you know. Wait. I show you that. Wow. That street we came up, you know. Not this. This. From there. But that is so steep, you know. Imagine there's all water in. Wow. Wow, hefty. That scares me. Since a child I'm scared of that water electricity thing here, you know. Told this often. But I feel the air, you know. The hate, in better words. Tough today. Really tough. But few meters, then we have arrived. And then I can drive all down on the other side of the mountain. Will also take a longer time. From 2,350 meters. Wow. Tough day today. Hello. Servus. Wow, now we done it. 2,335 meters. Wow. Whew, but I will not stay long here, you know. I have to go on. Wow, it fears me, you know. Wow. Now watch. Wow. Heftig, you know. And here it is, the electricity thing. Wow. Total. Now, here we are. Wow. Ah. Wow. Heftig, oder? Wow. That is amazing, or? And here, wow, one time, but I have fear of hate, you know. Watch that thing, goes also down here, you know. That is electricity thing, it's not a lake to swim, you know. But here now, one time to watch down. Wow. Wow, you don't see how steep it goes, or? Wow, and from there we came, that is the 2,000 meter, the ski resort, you know. And then you can drive all this up and down and on that side, you know. Wow, amazing. And here, wow, a few meters. Wow, that is tough here, you know. Wow, heavy, more I cannot go, you know. That is too tough. My legs are shaking, you know. Wow. Amazing, but I'm really shaking, I tell you that. Wow. I don't like the hate, you know it from the bridge, you know. Amazing. Wow. Heavy. Now we enter in the last part. Then I drive down, and at the ski resort I take you to the chest, and we make a time warp to the other city down the other side of the mountain, you know. We bordered it. We overcome the mountain and drive the other side down. That is the route where the Ötzi is, the Radmarathon. That route I filmed down. Hello. Wow, now you have done it. Now you can watch. Whew. Can you see that? Wow, amazing. Whew. What a nice color, so big. Wow. That is amazing. Wow. Great, or? Wow. Amazing, you know. Wow. But now I have to drive all down, you know. Wow, that was heavy now. Wow. But now I go down and then we see us. Well, my friends, watch now. I have the winter gloves on where I play basketball normally, you know, with these things which are really fine. And I have my thing over that it is warm, and I have a pullover on now. Watch, a pullover, and I have a new t-shirt on, you know. But I show you, still the same day. Not that you think that is completely wet, you know. Maybe you see that is all wet. And now here it is cold, you know. We are now the echo was over. I also have this over, you know. That you see here on we were, you know. You see that height on there was the lake, the electricity lake. And now we are at the ski resort, you know. And now here is the ski resort, and from there we came, you know. That is the highest point, 2000 meters from the ski resort. And that hill we came up, you know. Under there we played streetball at Watergate Court and Rambo Court. And now we overcome this mountain, and now we drive this side all down. Normally from my city you overdrive this mountain, you can drive it straight, but for that we don't have time, so I go down until to the end, and then I overcome the mountain to Ötzi Court, you know. And that we do, I take you to the chest, you will see Rambo area, that it is called, you know it from my birthday. We drove this up and down, you know, but it is nice, a time warp, and then we play Ötzi Court. Yeah, my friends, watch, that is the Dortmunder Hütte, the Dortmund house. If you are from the US, Dortmund, that is a city in Germany, you know, in NRW, in Ruhrpott. And there I also was, you know, there I had a friend, a female friend of mine. And I will never forget this. We sat down on the train station before at the McDonald's, and she had an earplug in, and we have both together from her the earphones. Then we listened to music, and she went into the McDonald's, got the rest things from the people what they have led away, and then she came out, bunker girl, you know. Then we have eaten this. Boy, I was so finished there. I show you a picture from her. Have you seen it? Wow, that was amazing, you know, in Dortmund. That was so nice, you know. Very cool girlfriend, you know. And here I show you now the view to the other electricity lake that we have to pass now. And there we drive down. Watch. Wow, that is amazing. Watch. You see that? Wow. That is nice, or? That we have to pass, and now we drive all down, you know, with time warp.
Joyride, a hit and run. I thought I loved you and you thought I was fun. I'm moving on down the road. Watch me as I go, watch me as I go. Should I look both ways before you cross me, baby? 'Cause I don't break for boys. I'm moving on. Watch me as I go. Should've looked both ways before you cross me, baby, 'cause I don't break for boys. I'm moving on.
Painted
ass, red lips, one track mind. His eyes on me, dirty romance, tattoos, red flags, never stood a chance. His breath, my neck, baby, let's dance. I know this song feels good, ends too fast. Hey now, down boy, let's take it slow. We're close, hips roll. Fuck it, let's lose control. You could be mine. You could be my next. You could be my next sex. He'll say, please stay, make him miss me. Happy ever, never after. Toxic, lovesick, doesn't really matter. You could be mine. You could be my next. You could be my next sex. You could be mine. You could be mine.
For my friends, now we will enter in Ötzi Court, and you know what routes these are. But here we are. Here you can eat pizza and burger. You know, we are at the Ötzi area again. But that is tough, you know. Really, really tough. Danke, danke. Oh, the people are smiling here. That is the nice area, you know. Extra smiled, wanted to wait. But you know, it is. You see the sun goes down there. That means now we have it over 5 o'clock afternoon. I was going away in the early morning, and now I am hours away from my home, and now I have light problems because I needed the light. I have no power station and the echo goes over. I have 5 echoes by me. They don't last that long anymore, and so it will be tough to film now the 3 courts. But you see, I had no rest time, nothing, only drive, and still then here, pizza, burger, right in and eat, you know. Looks like in America. But in a few minutes we arrive at Ötzi Court, normally the most far away court of them all. And you see that you see it with the light, even when there are clouds in, that it will get a bit more dark now, you know. So I have to be careful. We see us in Ötzi Court. So my friends, watch, here we are. You should know it, we were here, now we are there. Ötzi Court, but there are kids in, you know. I will play a few balls. You see it, the most far away court normally on that side, which I drive. And today I'm so happy that I arrived it now here. Can you imagine that? Normally you think, I'm so far away from my home, but today I'm so happy because we came from the city, overcome all of this mountain, and now I'm here. And from here it all goes now back to my city, you know. And the time is good, you know. So we had a good speed for all of this, you know. No break. Then you know why I cannot play that long street ball. First of all, I need the energy to come safe down and to make all the routes for 10, 11, 12 hours, you know. 13 hours. And hello. And also, you know, from the light and all the things, the energy and all, you know, because you never know, but the sun goes down earlier now. So I will play a few balls in there. I will not talk because then they crush in. I don't have the time. They are leaving now. That is nice. You see? So we enter in here. You will see that. Well, my friends, that was Ötzikot, and now around 8 kids entered in, you know. Before the 2 were in, no problem, and now 8 kids, then you cannot play anymore, you know. Wondered me, because normally always kids are in, so that was very lucky that we had a few balls, but that is here always, only small kids, football, you know. But doesn't make something, we go now on to the skate. Ötzikot is only a few minutes, and then before Ötzikot, you know. But here, watch, that is amazing. Oh, watch that view. Here is the football with the electricity behind. And here is for plants. There also a girlfriend worked from back in the days. She was from here, you know. And we overcome this mountain. Behind this mountain we were, you know. There is my city. And normally you drive between those mountains here, hours for hours to come here, but we had to go to Watergate on the mountain, and then I would have drive all down and back, and so I decided to go to the end, drive over the mountain all down on the other side, and then to come all that back, you know. Wow. But now I'm happy that we are here. Now we enter in skate Ötzikot, you know. Nice court. I think there are no people playing, maybe a few little kids skateboarding. And then the other court will be more problem. There are also kids playing, but here the people are all so nice, you know. But now we go in. So my friends, we arrived. I put out my jacket, now it is warm again. Then you see the roots on there, the cap, winter, cold, now warm again, you know. And now here we are, the skate Ötzikot, you know. No one here, you know. You see the old skate things. I've shown this a lot of times, you know. But what you not know is that behind there, a few meters, there is the swim Ötzikot, what I have shown you now, where you have to pay entry, where we play on sand. And then you can imagine when I have this court, the other and the other one, those 3 what I show you now, then you play here. Few meters, here I can play for free, you know. And now, before the echo goes out, we play the tarmac, one of the best outdoor balls in the game. It's a newer ball to me, but I've played it on a lot of different courts already, and it feels great, you know. But now we do it. And you see the big board here, you know, these are the big boards here, like at the swim Ötzikot, and here also, you know, a few meters beside. So my friends, that is skate Ötzi Court, you know. But what happened all here, you know, to the people? I tell you, in the 90s, such a place would be full back now. 5, 6 o'clock, end of summer, you know. That would be full because that would be the greatest thing of all. A mini ramp, a park. But nowadays, such a style counts nothing anymore, you know. The people want other stuff. But back in the days, late 90s, that would be, wow, all people. I know people from here, you know, and they told me that I was also here in the early 2000s also, you know, so I know the area. But now it is nothing here anymore, you see. And when people are in, then there's are small little kids who drive a bit with the scooter up and down with the parents, you know. But yeah, that it is. And now I have to cross the woods, you know, the route in the woods, the small beast, and then we are before Ötzi Court. It's not far, you know. 10 minutes walk, and then we are in 1 minute there. But I think there will be kids in today, you know. But that we will see, I show you that. But that was now good. That we were over the mountain, you know. But I go on now. Wow, so now we are here, but the weather changes. So that looks like rain, completely wind now. Wow. But here we are, no one in because of the weather. It's really tough now. But moped, little kids with moped or teenagers, extra greedy die, you know, so cool here. But now I will come into rain. Shit, that I didn't thought now, you know. But here, before Ötzi Court, the same construction, the same rings, the same height almost, the same floor, the same size, you know. And it is before Ötzi. Yeah, there we are. But here is a cool atmosphere, and these are the only courts where are full cages, you know, where is an aluminium. Why? Because of that weather now with the wind, because one time it collapsed and then they have built it new with the aluminium, you know. But here you have a cool, watch how you know the court, you know, but if you have not seen it, watch, it is really amazing, you know. But now the wind, see that? A few balls and then I have to drive hours back, you know. Wow, that is darkness and rain, shit. But I will go on now. And you see that is carpet. That is carpet, you know, like the Ötzi Court, the same. There's no sand, no granulate, only carpet, you know. Very fine, very straight. Ball jumps good, you know. And again, this ball, absolutely great, you know. That is so high, these are some of the highest rings of them all. Nicer court in the other area also. It is, you have to adjust it, you know. You throw so much higher. Luck. Now I get really a bit fear, you know, because the wind is extreme now. By wind you need so much longer, and I have no light almost, you know. Oh, here. So other side. Oh, here. Now it gets extreme, you know. Oh, so now I will turn because the end, what you don't see, that is only the middle part what I have to drive home now. So I hope you liked it. Oh, hopefully no lights, you know, but in the city it looks much more, yeah. Long day. So I will arrive also maybe when it's night, when it's dark. But you see, those routes you have to take to reach the streetball courts, you know, and only to play a few balls, otherwise it's nothing possible, you know, a few balls or nothing. Or you drive one court, but by 100 courts I need every third day another court. That does not go, you know, such route. When it is raining 4 days, then I cannot do it, so I have to make it on one day like this. I was here, you know, but I couldn't play there. But that it is. And now I drive home. We see us next time. Until then, bye and ciao.